Today's episode, we have SpaceX preparing for their next test flight of their Starship rocket, China and Russia planning a joint nuclear power plant on the moon, a rotation of astronauts aboard the International Space Station, and a couple of other items on the docket. Let's get to it. So come on in and get cozy because you're watching The Space Nest. Up first, we have China and Russia announcing their intentions to collaborate on a project to establish a nuclear power plant on the moon by 2035. The joint initiative aims to address the energy challenges faced by the lunar settlements and pave a way for future exploration. The two countries have been working closely on this project, Russia providing its expertise in nuclear energy. The project is expected to be carried out in an automated mode without the presence of humans, with head of Russia's space agency, Yuri Borisov, saying, quote, "This is a very serious challenge. It should be done in automatic mode." Moscow has announced other plans to launch further lunar missions in the near future. As part of a comprehensive strategy to deepen its involvement in space explorations, these missions will pave the way for potential joint Russia-Chinese crewed missions, which could eventually lead to the establishment of a lunar base. Next up, we have SpaceX and NASA with the successful ISS crew rotation. SpaceX's Dragon Endeavour docked at the International Space Station, bringing 4 astronauts to join the current crew. This marks the 5th flight of Dragon Endeavour to the ISS and completion of a successful crew rotation. As part of the Crew 8 mission, the new crew will be conducting various scientific experiments, including research in biology and physics. Their stay on the ISS will last for about 6 months, during which they will also perform maintenance and repair tasks on the station. As for the current ISS crew members, who have been aboard for about 7 months, they are preparing to return to Earth on March 8th. They have been busy wrapping up their own experiments and handing over responsibilities to the new crew. So let's all hope for a safe flight for the outgoing crew. Next, we have a NASA-funded balloon mission breaking a record this week, flying for 41 days and 22 hours, making it the longest flight of a large scientific balloon. This balloon, called the Galactic ULDB Spectroscopic Terahertz Observatory, or GUSTO for short, was launched on a high-altitude balloon from Antarctica on December 31st of 2023. It has now surpassed the previous record for the longest flight of a NASA heavy-lift, long-duration balloon. GUSTO's goal is to map the distribution of carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen in the Milky Way and neighboring systems. They say this will help scientists get a better understanding of the life cycle of stars and the interstellar medium. The mission's telescope is suspended from a stadium-sized, zero-pressure scientific balloon that reaches altitudes of over 125,000 feet, allowing it to detect faint terahertz signals from space that would be absorbed by water vapor in the Earth's atmosphere. The mission has now been in flight for over 57 days, breaking the previous record and providing invaluable data for researchers. Next up, in the world of space business, Lockheed Martin is in talks to acquire Aerojet Rocketdyne for $600 million. This potential acquisition would strengthen Lockheed Martin's position in the space industry, as Aerojet is a leading manufacturer of rocket engines and propulsion systems. However, the Federal Trade Commission has decided to block the proposed $4.4 billion deal due to concerns about the impact on competition in the industry. The FTC believes that the acquisition would give Lockheed Martin a dominant position in the solid fuel rocket motors market, which is a vital component of the U.S. missile industry. As a result of the FTC's decision, Lockheed Martin has decided to terminate the agreement to acquire Aerojet Rocketdyne. Now, moving on from that, SpaceX is aiming to launch its 3rd Starship rocket on March 14th in Boca Chica, Texas. This launch follows 2 previous Starship tests, with both the first and the second ending in rapid unscheduled disassembly. The 3rd launch is expected to be a success by the SpaceX team, however. Their goal with this test is to have the ship's payload door remain open for about 17 minutes. They are also looking to successfully reach orbit and return to Earth, demonstrating Starship's ability to complete a full orbital launch. This will be a monumental feat, widening our path and unlocking capabilities that will eventually allow for humans to become a multi-planetary species, venturing out into the cosmos. Sounds great if you ask me. Lastly, we have NASA revealing their new rover called the Volatiles Investigation Polar Exploration Rover, or VIPER for short. This rover is a mobile robot designed to explore the south pole of the moon in search of ice and other potential resources. This rover is scheduled to land on the moon in late 2024. Marking a significant step forward in NASA's Artemis missions to establish a long-term presence on the lunar surface. During its 100-day mission, VIPER will traverse the extreme terrain on the South Pole region of the moon, venturing into permanently shadowed craters that are some of the coldest spots in the solar system. The VIPER rover will be equipped with 3 instruments and a drill to detect and analyze various lunar soil environments. The rover's primary objective is to determine the distribution, physical state, and composition of the lunar polar ice deposits, which will provide us with insights into the origin and distribution of water and other volatiles across the solar system. The rover is being developed by NASA's Ames Research Center and will be delivered to the moon by Astrobotic's Griffin lander and SpaceX's Falcon Heavy launch vehicle as part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative. So there you have it. I hope you all did gain some value out of today's episode. As this is my first video, I guess now would be a good time to let you all know what my goals are for this channel. I will be hoping to bring you the most relevant space news, from new programs to discoveries to breakthroughs and even business-related items. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to subscribe down below. I wish you all the best, and as a reminder, stay curious, my friends.